Good morning. I want to make a video because I'm getting the same questions come up again and again in the comments that I got when I first started making videos when I was working at Bali Monkey Rescue before, and it's a really valid question, so it does need like revisiting. But a lot of people kind of say or comment saying, when are these monkeys going to be released? Like, how are you going to rehabilitate them? When is it going to happen? Why isn't it happening sooner? Why do some never get released? And you know what? It's really valid. And I used to have a very similar expectation that you get a baby monkey, you rehabilitate it, and you release it into the wild. It just cannot be that. And the more you understand macaques specifically, long-tail macaques specifically, in their behavior and their social structures, it starts making sense as to why that is so complex. So the baby can be cared for by a foster parent. The problem is that you want to build a cohesive troop, because you can't release a macaque, into the wild on its own without a troop. Okay, won't survive. What will happen is another troop will come and just kill it, because they are fierce. They are fiercely territorial. They are fiercely aggressive, and they are, they will quite happily kill another monkey who they consider to be vulnerable. So we can't release them on their own, so we have to build a troop. And this is the problem. Macaques don't really want to, they do want to be in a troop, but when you're trying to coordinate that in captivity, it's so hard. And I've seen it firsthand where we've just even tried to match, two macaques up together in an enclosure so that they have company, and the injuries that can get sustained are horrific. Now, the minimum of troop can be for release is like around about 11, but actually in the wild, troops of long-tail macaques can be as big, like in the hundreds. If we're trying to build a cohesive troop of even say 11 to 15 macaques, but when you're working with a particular species of monkey who is just so aggressive to those around it, in the ideal world, maybe you would have enough space, like a huge area of enclosure where they could kind of have enough space to get away from each other and may live semi-free. I don't know, but I understand why people think, why can't you just get these monkeys and release them? God, if only it was that easy, right? And when you see videos of this happening with orangutan, for example, because orangutans, they get rescued from poachers, and they get rehabilitated and they get released. And the difference between orangutans and long-tail macaques is orangutans are solitary. They will only be with another orangutan, whether if it's to mate or if it's a mother with her young. Whole different ball game to a troop of long-tail macaques. Now, it's frustrating because long-tail macaques are kind of their worst enemy with this. They don't make it easy. We would love to have them rescue them, rehabilitate them, and send them off into the wild. Of course, that's the dream. But it's trying to do that in a safe way where they stand a fighting chance in the wild against other troops of macaques, and building that cohesive troop in the first place. And when I say complex, I have literally spent hours also trying to look at research papers for how, to see if this has happened before by people doing PhDs. I honestly can't find any kind of papers that have studied this, how to release a troop of macaques. So I hope I've probably been a bit waffly, and I'm really sorry if I have. If I have, tell me, and I'll try and think this through, do another video which maybe explains it more clearly. But I just want people to understand that it's not as black and white, and I used to think it was, until I started working directly with these animals, and I realized that as a species, they don't make it easy, unfortunately. Let me know what you think in the comments, please.